On this week's show, Word on the Street, Level Up, and LC Sports, INLC begins now. Hi, I'm your host, Nikki Main. Here are your stories for the week of March 21st, 2010. INLC wants to know how you feel. This week, we asked, how was your spring break?
I spent a lot of time with my best friend, who's also was on his spring break. We had Oscar nights and movie nights, and we just had a lot of fun. Nothing really exciting, just had some good times with my best friend.
Spring break. Well, I was conscripted into the volunteer fire department in my hometown. We put out several fires, started several fires, landed in prison a few times. But for the most part, I was able to get bail for all those incidents. The judge laughed it away. I know the judge. The judge is my father. Actually, the entire court system is filled with my family. So let's stop something else. I didn't go to Florida. That's probably the most interesting thing, given the fact that everyone and their brother and their cousin and their mother and all their friends went to Florida. I'm not sure what Florida must have been like. Probably crowded, full of people, full of LC students.
I went to Florida, helped my grandma. My grandma was sick, so she chilled in Florida. Went to Venice, Florida. It was pretty fun. Found a couple shark teeth. That was pretty cool. That was basically the whole thing. I got so badly burnt on Monday that I couldn't even go outside for the rest of the week, so I stayed inside, and luckily the burn turned into a semi-tan. So that's basically it.
I went home and sat on my couch, and home is Boston. I sat on my couch and tried to get better for mono so I could come back and play with the team.
Lacrosse team.
Spring break. Level Up this week is back with a look at BioShock 2. Stay tuned weekly for great game reviews and possibly LC's celebrity hosts.
Running low on XP? Fear not, wary traveler. You've come to the right place. Welcome to Level Up.
I'm still Kenley Hoover, and he's no longer Brandon Gannicott. He's Brandon's stunt double.
That's not true. It's just me without the hair.
Anyways, I revisited Rapture over the weekend, and I'll be giving you the lowdown on just how it went down.
Just try to stay objective. Anyway, I bring you a glimpse into the future. Not the one with the Nazis on dinosaurs, but the fun one with an Xbox that goes in your pocket, and flying cars, and a smartphone from Microsoft that doesn't suck. Yeah.
All right. I think it's my turn then. Brandon, would you kindly remove yourself from the stage? It's been 2 years since the original BioShock's release, and 2K Marin has finally graced us all with a sequel. But is the return journey to Rapture a success or a sinking disappointment? Well, let's dive right in and find out. To begin with, let's talk about the return to Rapture. Thankfully, 2K Marin's iteration of the franchise has refined the original BioShock's architectural design and beauty. The city is still standing, but that's not to say the city hasn't been severely decayed in this time. Rubble, leaks, and stress fractures can be seen all over Rapture. Yet, the greatest achievement of BioShock 2 is that you still feel like you're in the same old Rapture from the first game. You're just getting to see more of it this time. New areas like Pauper's Drop, Fontaine Futuristics, and Ryan Amusements all feel like areas of Rapture that keep true to the game's fiction. New characters and some old faces flesh out the narrative as players make their way through Rapture. The voice acting in this case is superb, just like in the last game. A majority of the backstory will be supplied through audio journals littered across Rapture's landscape. These little tidbits of voice acting are excellently done and establish the characters of the recorded messages extremely well. Now let's get down to the fact that you're no longer playing as Jack from BioShock 1. For those of you who have been living under rocks or just hate video games and having fun in general, BioShock 2 puts you in the boots of a Big Daddy. Yes, those hulking behemoths from the first BioShock that made for some of the most hectic and difficult fights in video game history. However, you are no ordinary Big Daddy. You play as Delta, the first prototype Big Daddy to successfully link with his little sister without going insane. This means that the trek through Rapture won't be nearly so scary as the first time around. After all, you're a big dude in a diving suit, wielding a drill and a gun that fires railroad rivets. The combat has received some much-needed love. While fights in Bioshock 1 were certainly enjoyable, Bioshock 2's battles are much more faster and much more brutal. And this is due to the fact that you have a new dual-wielding feature, which allows you to wield your weapons and plasmids simultaneously. This allows for all new combinations and variations of ways to introduce your enemies to their timely ends. Bioshock 2 also features several new enemies to contend with. While the typical splicer variants from the first game are around, they have been reskinned to look even more deformed and insane than before. New enemy types like the Brute Splicer and the Rumbler Big Daddy will certainly give you the runaround the first time. But the Big Sister will take much more time and energy to defeat. These things are nasty. They deal heavy damage and strike quickly, giving the player little time to dodge. You better stock up on med kits and Eve hypos before taking them on. Your only warning will be a blood-curdling scream and, well, then it's go time. Good luck. You're gonna need it. On the downside of things, the story isn't nearly as engaging as the first game. A simple story about finding your little sister who you were separated from forcefully leads the player across the various areas of Rapture, dealing with the city's new leader, Dr. Sophia Lamb. Points to 2K for programming the most annoyingly pretentious character ever to be seen in a video game. After 2 levels of listening to Dr. Lamb's quips and remarks, I considered putting my foot through the screen in the hopes that she might feel it. The climax of Bioshock 2's story doesn't really have the same punch-in-the-gut feeling that the first one had. In addition, frustratingly difficult waves of splicers and Big Daddies replaced the cumulative boss fight that the first one had. I would have also liked to have seen your choices regarding the Little Sisters affect the game throughout instead of just the last level. This finally brings me to the multiplayer. The entire experience feels like playing Call of Duty, except with the ability to throw lightning bolts and you can hurl swarms of bees at your adversaries. You receive experience points at the end of each match that'll earn you new ranks, and each rank will unlock a new weapon, plasmid, tonic, weapon upgrade, or trial, which is the Bioshock 2 interpretation of COD's challenges. You can then customize 3 loadouts with 2 weapons, plus an upgrade each, 2 plasmids, and 3 tonics. The weapons and plasmids feel slightly unbalanced, and the experience can feel rather laggy at times. But you can hack vending machines to dispense grenades, and hack turrets to have them fire upon your enemies. Another handy feature is the ability to take research photos of your felled opponents, granting you a damage bonus against them. But perhaps the greatest feature in multiplayer is finding the spawned Big Daddy suit on the map. And be the first one to grab it, and you'll get to suit up as a rosy Big Daddy, using your trusted rivet gun and sticky grenades and stomp attack to take down your much weaker foes. All in all, the multiplayer is just kind of an added bonus for true Bioshock fans, though. My closing thoughts on Bioshock 2 are this. The story might not be as engaging as the first, but the chance to return to Rapture is too sweet to pass up for a true fan. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the franchise, give Bioshock 1 a try first, because the multiplayer certainly won't win you over with heavy hitters like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Bad Company 2 out on the market.
In the gadget world, Apple's iPhone reigns supreme. We've all seen the commercials, and I don't need to repeat the taglines. A massive store of apps, powerful functionality, and an overall design aesthetic that screams sophistication have catapulted the iPhone over its doddering competitors. It created a new market all unto itself and has returned literally billions of dollars in revenue for Apple. Microsoft at long last has an answer. The Windows Phone 7 Series phone. Not the most elegantly named device on earth, but it's got 2 huge things going for it. A slick UI that actually rivals that of the iPhones, and an incredibly wise move, Xbox Live integration. The specs for all handsets that will carry the Winfo brand put the iPhones to shame, so you can expect respectable 3D visuals. More importantly, your gamertag will travel with you, enabling you to score those crack-high-inducing gamer points on the go. I, for one, would like to see games that are tailored to the device as solitary experiences, as well as those that tie into a console title in a meaningful way. Being able to queue up downloads for your Xbox from your phone, much as you can from the website, is another useful possibility. There are a lot of live devotees out there who would be mighty interested in a phone that's linked to their account. The games demoed for the device so far feature rich 3D graphics at a level on par with the PSP, at least. There's not much to say on the titles you can expect to see on the market for the Winfo, as the device is still so new. However, the phone is still shaping out to be one mean media machine. Xbox Live, Zune HD, and smartphone all rolled into one. Okay, it's enough future. I don't want to scare you. Nice work on that Bioshock review, Kidley. I'm glad it wasn't tarnished by a shoddy sequel like too many other games.
Amen to that, brother.
Now, would you kindly give yourself a concussion? Get on with it.
Lynchburg College students can now use Snowflex for free. Will Stafford takes a look at the facility.
Drew Sherwood. And Drew, first of all, thank you for letting LC students ski here for free.
Oh, you're welcome. That was more of the chancellor, Jerry Jr., made that decision to reach out to the local community. So.
Just a little bit about Snowflex and what is it, what's it made out of, and because it's not like regular snow.
No, the Snowflex Center, actually, the material is called Snowflex. It has a couple different layers. The main surface layer that you see when you come up here is basically, to simplify it, it's just plastic, a form of plastic. Bristles, similar to, I guess, like an AstroTurf for a football field. The next layer that you can't really see is more of a 3-inch foam padding, which allows for cushion safety features. Then below that is a membrane which captures the water that runs through it. The top surface is what allows you to make turns. The reason for the bristles allows you to catch the edges of your ski and snowboard and make sharper turns and adjustments like you are at a normal ski resort. And then the water that runs on the system, a light mist that you can slightly see during the day and at night, it allows you to make sharper turns and slide over the surface just like ice or snow.
We're going to send 2 of our people up on the mountain and then bring them back down. They're going to try to actually ski on it themselves. What can they expect on their way down?
It's very similar to skiing and snowboarding at any traditional ski resort. The only differences that you would see are your edging. You can't make carving motions in Snowflex. Again, you can't cut through the plastic material like you could with snow or ice. So that's about the only difference. Other than that, it's a very safe surface with a 3-inch foam padding underneath. When you do take falls, it's always easy to bounce back and try it again. We do require long sleeves and pants. It is kind of a rougher top surface. Basically, if you were to slide on your carpet or AstroTurf, it'd leave the same type of markings. Again, as long as you're covered up, you walk away with nothing and just have a good time.
And when people come up here to actually use the facility, what do they need to do?
They need to bring, number 1, a driver's license of some sort if they're over the age of 18, some sort of identification, as well as their college ID with them every time they come in. If they're under the age of 18, they need to at least have somebody over the age of 18 to sign for them, and that person needs to have their license. Also, if you're going to be hitting any of the extreme features, the jumps or rails, we require helmets. We do have those that we can provide at no cost. Again, rentals for the Lynchburg College students is free. Lift passes are free. So just come out with good attitudes to have fun.
So you come out here, you sign the paper, and you can unlimited.
Unlimited.
Is there any special hours that we need to know about?
There are. Right now we have Monday through Thursday, it's unlimited. Friday, there's certain hours that we're going to have posted. We're going to post it on the Lynchburg College website. We're still kind of working on hours. Now there are some times where we might be slow. If somebody were to come up, we might help them out, giving them free passes on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Right now, Saturdays, because it is our busiest time, it's Lynchburg College students are more than welcome to come. It will cost the normal rates. But Friday, it's certain hours. I believe we've opened it up noon till about 6 p.m. and then on Sunday, 2 o'clock till about,
I don't know,
I'd say 4 or 5. So, and again, these hours change depending on what we see from the crowd from the college.
A number and a place to contact if anybody has any questions would be.
Yeah, just call the main Snowflex line. It's 592-3539. 592-FLEX, basically, FLEX, or they can check out the website, liberty.edu/Snowflex, or email us at snowflex@liberty.edu.
So we appreciate your time.
A group of 18 students is heading to China to participate in the International Schools of China 2010 Choral Festival. The 2010 U.S. Census is coming to a mailbox near you, and Lynchburg College is a be-counted site. The Lynchburg College Board of Trustees has named 4 new board members: Young Kim of South Korea, LC's first international board member, Charles Collings, Julie Doyle, and Andrew Tatum. And now for LC weather. How is this week shaping up, Will?
We saw substantial rain to the area overnight. Some areas got up to 1.5 inches of rain before sunrise this morning. Good news is the rain is over for a majority of the week. Temperatures this week are also going to be a little cooler than last week. So today, after the rain this morning, eventually later on this afternoon, the clouds will break and we'll get some sunshine into the area. Highs today in the low 60s. Tonight we drop down to about 38 degrees under clear skies. Also today, the winds will pick up and give us some gusty breezes from time to time in the afternoon. Tuesday brings sunny skies, a little cooler with highs in the upper 50s, lows same places they were last night in the upper 40s. Wednesday will be hands down the best day of the week, wall-to-wall sunshine, upper 60s for highs, lows right around 40. Thursday will be the warmest day of the week with a few extra clouds out ahead of our next storm system that will come in on Friday. Highs right around 70, lows right around 40. Friday's a question mark as to whether or not it will rain. It'll be cloudy all day long and much cooler, only getting up into the 50s for highs, lows in the mid-40s. Saturday, however, the rain goes away. We're left with partly cloudy skies, however, much cooler, lows 50s again for the high. Sunday, however, brings the possibility of a shower as we call the temps in the mid-50s. Once again, here's a look at the 7-day. Notice the much cooler temperatures than last week as well. Don't forget, Eye on LC Weather is now on Facebook. Go to facebook.com and search Eye on LC Weather, and this as a fan, and follow the forecast all week long. Also, Eye on LC Plain and Simple is on Facebook as well. Nikki.
And now for this week's update on LC Sports. The Lynchburg College men's and women's outdoor track and field teams opened up their season at the Lynchburg College Invitational on Saturday. The Lynchburg College men's tennis team could not get rolling Wednesday as the Hornets dropped an Old Dominion Athletic Conference match to Hampden-Sydney College from 9-0 from the LC courts. The Lynchburg College softball team completed a sweep of the University of Mary Washington Eagles in a doubleheader Saturday 12-0 and 1-0 on Moon Field. Franklin and Marshall rallied with 4 runs in the 9th inning, but fell just short as the Lynchburg College baseball team won its 4th straight with a 10-9 victory Wednesday evening in non-conference play from Fox Field. Sophomore shortstop Richie Pallas continued his hot hitting of Lake Connecticut for 2 homers as the Hornet baseball team knocked off Ferrum College 19-5 Thursday night in non-conference play from Panther Field. The Tufts University baseball team pounded out 17 hits as the Jumbos ended Lynchburg's 5-game winning streak with a 15-11 win over the Hornets in non-conference play from Fox Field Friday. The Old Dominion Athletic Conference preseason favorite Roanoke College defeated visiting Lynchburg College 15-9 Wednesday evening in women's lacrosse. The Lynchburg College women's lacrosse team went on the road to Hollins University on Saturday afternoon and picked up its first Old Dominion Athletic Conference win of the season, defeating Hollins 19-1. The 18th-ranked Lynchburg College men's lacrosse team rolled past visiting University of Scranton 16-4 Wednesday night in non-conference action from Schellenberger Field. The Stevenson University men's lacrosse team escaped a potential upset Saturday evening and rallied to post a 12-9 win over number 18 Lynchburg College on Schellenberger Field. Fans, you can now follow all your favorite Lynchburg College Hornets athletic teams on Facebook, Twitter, and RSS. Really simple syndication to access each new offering at any time. Just navigate your browser to www.lynchburg.edu/athletics and click on the Facebook, Twitter, or RSS icons on the right side just above the Schellenberger Field camera in the Hornet of the Week. And that's This Week in Sports. Want your room, townhouse, apartment, or college house to be on the show? Send an email to inlc@lynchburg.edu with a picture and a reason why we should put your room on the show. If you're lucky, you could be the next feature on LC Cribs. That's all the stories we have for you this week. I'm Nikki Main, and stay classy, Lynchburg College.